everyone. So a couple things. If you haven't passed up your homework, please pass it up. We'll have a sign-in sheet going around. Also, please sign in. Already started. Please sign in. For those of you that weren't here on Monday, we do have a portion of the session recorded. It's not the full thing to cut off, but some is better than none. You can go to the YouTube, the Keller Williams AV. If you search that in YouTube, subscribe to it, you'll see it on there. It's not up yet, but Mike's working on getting it up. So that's where you can see session 1. If you weren't here on Monday, it'll be on the YouTube channel. Okay? Everyone ready? If we could silence our phones or put it on vibrate. If you got to take any calls, please step out. No side conversations. We'll all discuss everything as a group. So if you have a question, let's discuss it as a group. Or wait for when we move over questions. All right. So where we left off last time was on page 31, 4 powerful habits. So I'll turn it down. 31. 3-1. You should, somewhere. Oh, you're already handing them all out? We'll get you another one. Alex, could you follow the mic for a couple more, please? Yeah, you volunteered. I got you now. Okay, so on 31, let's start off with questions. Does anyone have any questions from the last session or doing your activities, your daily 10-4? Did any ahas or any questions pop up? Nothing? Everyone's ready to move forward? Okay. So on page 31, again, let's go over the 4 powerful habits. The success of your business depends on having productive business building habits performed every day. It is essential that you get into these habits right away, especially the 4 powerful habits. These are the 4 things all successful real estate agents do every day throughout their careers. The quality is in the quantity. So again, number 1 is grow and manage your database. Add 10 new contacts into your database every day. That's 10 new people into your database. Prospect, speak with 10 people in your database asking for pieces of business. Do you have a real estate need, or do you happen to know anyone else that has a real estate need? Write 10 notes to people you know or have recently connected with, and then know your market. Preview 10 homes for sale every day and visit 10 in person. So preview 10 of them every day on the MLS. Easiest way, again, is to do a hot sheet every morning. It posts the new listings within the past 24 hours, the pendings, the sold, the expired, whatever you want to look at. It'll show the activity for the market for the past 24 hours. That's the easiest way to preview 10 new homes every day. Preview them in person, again, what I do is I do it on the way home or on the way to the office. So I do 2 a day.
So it's 10, I'm sorry, it's 10 every day or 10 a week?
So there's 2 different ones. There's 10 that you preview on the MLS every day.
Oh, okay.
And then 10 for the week that you preview Monday through Sunday.
Physically?
Physically, yes, in person. Okay. All right, everyone's got that? Turn to page 32.
We should be doing that.
How to complete the daily 10-4. Number 1, grow and manage your database. Adding 10 people to your database with complete contact information. Every day, add 10 new people to your database. This means adding their name, address, phone number, cell phone, and more contact information if you can get it. These can be people you know or have just met, or people you know peripherally. That is, you know of them through someone else. Just make sure by the end of the day you have added 10 complete records to your database. Keep in mind the size of your database will determine the size of your income. Everyone understand that?
What page is that?
32.
Oh.
Number 2, prospect. Connect with 10 people in your database. Every day connect with at least 10 people from your database. The purpose for the call or conversation is threefold. Number 1, let them know you're in business. Number 2, ask for their business. And number 3, ask for a referral business. Everyone got that? Okay, so when you're having your conversations, those are 3 areas you should be touching on with them. Number 3, follow up, write 10 notes. Every day, send a handwritten note or letter with a business card to at least 10 people you know or have recently connected with. Begin with those you called. This is the follow-up to the call. You can also write notes to people you meet, like the mechanic that changes your oil or the barista that makes your coffee in the morning. This habit alone will differentiate you from others in a big way and enhance your prospecting. So thank you notes, a lot of people don't do them, but a lot of us should. There's just something about seeing that handwritten letter in the mail. You're curious, you know what the junk mail you throw out right away. You go through it, you know what it is, you throw it out right away. Handwritten notes, though, it's a little bit harder for us to throw away, right? Curiosity kills a cat. You want to know what's inside there. So that's an easy way to stick out to people, especially when you're just meeting them. There's a number of people that you can be sending thank you cards to. If you're previewing houses and you do what I told you, go knock on the neighbor's door on each house that you're looking at. That'll give you some contacts. You have all the information there. All you got to ask them is pretty much their email and their phone number. You have their address right there. Even if you don't get their information, you can still write them a thank you card for taking a minute to talk to you and dropping off your cards in the mail, and hope to nurture that into further business down the road. So thank you notes, they go a long way. They help you stick out from everyone else. Number 4 is know your market. Preview 10 homes per week. Every week, preview at least 10 homes in your market. Explore different neighborhoods and price ranges. Seeing the property up close is a lot different than viewing it online. Know what your clients will see online, and then know the truth by visiting properties. This is a valuable step that should not be skipped. You'll soon find that you know more about the market than most. So again, tip, when you're out there previewing, I like to preview vacant homes and anything that might stand out that I can take a picture of and share with my people, or a video of. Nice kitchens, nice pools, a view. Social media is a good way to stay on top of mind with a lot of different people in different ways. Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat are big ones. Just taking a picture of Facebook. I think a lot of us have Facebook. When you're inside a house, you see something unique and cool that's going to catch attention, take a picture of it and share it. Remind them that you're previewing a house for clients or for someone. I always use a question to engage the audience. What do you think of this kitchen? Right? Or how amazing is this view? Would you buy this house? That's take advantage of your time when we're sitting there previewing. It helps keep it top of mind. It's such a simple thing. Any questions so far? Okay, page 33, success tracking. You learned from the 6 personal perspectives the benefit of accountability. You have ongoing accountability meetings with your market center leadership about the 4 conversations. Ignite has a built-in tool called My Tracker to help develop the habits of doing the activities, the daily 10-4 that generate results. My Tracker allows you to record your activities on a daily basis and share it with others in class. I lost where I was at.
And any results.
Class. And any results you enter roll up into your monthly trend report, available to you on KW Connect. My Tracker tracks primarily activities, the daily 10-4 and general milestones. You will be tracking listing appointments on the Career Growth Initiative page on KW Connect. So those are 2 different systems that we use. That's the My Tracker. The other one is called CGI, Career Growth Initiative. Does everyone know what that is?
No.
No? It's a secondary program that Keller Williams is rolling out. It's supposed to be getting even more detailed as we go. But bottom line is, we've learned that the more simple we make something, the easier it is to use over and over again, right? Systems. So CGI, this is important. This tracks all of the appointments that lead to the big things that we want to talk about. And those big things are appointments, contracts, close. And Albert, do you know what the third one is for the CGI? What's the 4 conversations? Appointments, contracts, closings,
And profit.
profit. So what they do is they sum all of your activities up into these 4 conversations to help keep you on track and help you be accountable. Rather than talking about all of this right here, it's still good to log it, but what they do is they sum it down to these 4 conversations to make meetings go a little quicker and more thorough. So there's 2 different kinds. The CGI, not everyone has. I think coaching is using it, so if you want to use it, talk to Michael. You can also talk to leadership, Rob and Vicki, about getting on that program as well. You can set your goals in there, and it'll show you how many appointments you need per month, how many are even down per week. So those are 2 different tracking systems that we use. There's a number of them out there. In Ignite, I would focus on using this one right here, the Daily My Tracker. You do this stuff right here, the other stuff should align. All right, let's see.
I have a question.
Yes.
That tracker, we get it
Uh-huh.
through our portal?
You go to daily104.com. Daily104.com. It should have it in your in your packet. Go ahead and
It's on the
highlight that.
back of, it's on the back of our mission.
Yeah, oh, there you go, it's on the back of the mission statement. Everyone got that? Yeah, it's simple to use, it really is. We'll go ahead and talk about time blocking a little bit later on in this chapter. When you set up your schedule, it's a good idea to put this into your schedule on when you're going to do it. And it's best to do it daily. Some people wait till the end of the week. What I've heard is it's best to do it daily. So if you leave the office at 5 o'clock, do it at 4 o'clock. Make it one of the last things you do. Most importantly, schedule it in on when you're actually going to do it. If you say you're going to do it every day and you know you're not going to, and doing it once a week is better for you, then do it that way. It's whatever works for you, as long as you get it done. Page 35, skill number 3. Use influencing sales language. Did you find everything you were looking for? Go ahead, look around, and please let me know if I can help you. I see you admiring the large screen TV. Are you looking to have one in your home for the big game this weekend? Recognize any of these phrases? Of course, they're all well-known and commonly used phrases in sales and service industries. Since you are now in a sale industry, your success is dependent on your use of real estate language. Since we are first in the business of lead generation, what are we really saying about our job? So we're going to fill in the blanks. You guys ready? So the first part, talking to people. Talking to people about their real estate needs and the needs of people they know. So I'll go over it again. Talking to people about their real estate needs and the needs of people they know. That's what we do. We talk to people about their real estate needs and the needs of the people they know, right? Does everyone have that? There's 2 ways of doing this. Number 1, entrepreneurial. Just chat it up. Just chat up whoever happens to cross your path. And if real estate comes up, great. And if it doesn't, oh well. I'm sure to get a deal one of these days. Rob calls it lay and pray. And just wait around to see what's going to happen. Some people will have some success and a lot of success with that. With just the people they know, they do a good job of reminding them in real estate. They really don't have to lead generate. And business lands in their lap, but that's kind of hard to control and track. Or you can be more purposeful. P. Know exactly who you want to talk to, block time to communicate with them, and be prepared to have great conversations that lead to you providing value in exchange for them helping you grow your business. Does that make sense? Okay. Which are you willing to bet your livelihood and the well-being of your family on? E or P?
P.
P. Perfect. I think we all agree on that one. Page 36. Scripts are cool. Let's see, who wants to read the 4 things there for the scripts are cool? Can I get somebody to read that?
What do you mean, 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, go ahead.
1, purpose of scripts. 2, benefits of scripts. 3, learning scripts. 4, calling with efforts.
Thank you. So the purpose of scripts. A great script is 100% customer oriented and benefits the customer throughout the entire conversation. Have you ever listened to someone talk for a period of time and realize that afterwards you have no idea what they were saying? It happens more than we might care to admit. Moreover, how often do we think we're being clear in our communication only to find that the other person doesn't get it? Communication isn't about what you think you're saying, it's about what they actually hear. Scripts allow you to have a rehearsed response that delivers a powerful message in a way that will best understand, or ask a powerful question in a way that they will be able to quickly share the information you need to better serve them. Scripts are one way to move from E to P. All the top agents use scripts and practice them daily. So scripts are like our tools, If you're a plumber, you get hired to do a job, and you show up to a job without your tools, you going to be able to do the job?
No.
Absolutely not. So scripts, each script is a different wrench, different size tool, different nut, different bolt. Every script that you learn helps you do your job somewhere down the road. turn to, actually, page 37. We're going to watch the video real quick. Any questions so far?
Hi, I'm Jeff Glover, and I'm going to tell you the top 5 things that you need to know about using scripts. Step 1, you're going to need to read your scripts from a top agent in the office, your team leader, a maps coach, or of course Keller University. Step 2, we're going to need to do a total transformation of, instead of talking and telling, of asking questions. Selling isn't telling, selling is asking a series of questions that leads to desired response. So instead of talking so much, we need to get in the habit of asking questions. And asking questions gives us control of the conversation. Control of the conversation gives us our ultimate outcome, which is an appointment set or closing. Step 3, we need to listen with good intentions. Well, what I mean by that is we need to listen to their answers instead of just listening to them talk and asking another question that comes to mind. For example, instead of asking a seller where they're moving to and then going on to the next question, how soon would you like to be there, ask them, where are you moving to? And when they give you a response, ask them, what takes you there? Step 4 in becoming better at scripts is we need to learn to mimic, mirror, and match the prospect. What I mean by that is we have to listen to their tone of voice. We have to speed up or slow down based on how fast the prospect is talking. That means when they respond and say, we're moving to Toledo, oh, Toledo, that's exciting. What takes you there? 93% of communication is body language and tonality. And that means only 7% are the words that we say or the questions that we ask. Step 5, we need to take these 5 points and practice them daily. If you think of NFL teams, they practice 50, 60 hours on the practice field for a 1-hour game. Our game is our presentations and our appointments, and we need to practice daily. Everything that we've learned every single day before we leave our client. When it comes to scripts, my biggest aha is that everybody has their own scripts. We're pre-programmed to have scripts, and we're talking and asking questions that are scripted. However, what we find is that most of our own scripts are no good. And so we have to learn the right scripts, the right questions, to maintain control of the conversation. Thanks for watching KW Connect. Make it a great day.
Any ahas from that video? Practice.
But asking questions actually helps you control the conversation.
Yeah, the person that feels they control the conversation is the one that talks the most, right? But the one who actually did control the conversation is the one who listened and talked less and asked less questions. Anyone know how to bring the slide back up?
Yes. Hit presentation. The
Presentation.
button.
Where's the presentation?
No, hit slideshow on the top.
On the top? Okay.
You can
Current
start with
slide.
current slide.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Thank you. All right. Page 38. So again, scripts, they touched on it briefly. You can get scripts from all over the place. MikeBerry.com. You can go to use those scripts. Michael uses those a lot. The Ignite, you go to KW Connect, and you know how you can pull up your mission statements and watch the videos there. If you, at that same spot, rather than going to the classes, you can find, they'll have what's called a toolkit, and in there they'll have a script book, and I have it printed out in a binder. I think it's 70 pages of scripts. So if you want to find some other scripts, you can go to the Ignite there. Go to Mike, will help you out. You can come to me, I'll show you how to find it. What's another one? Maps coaching, you can sign up with them. Just do coaching here, or talk to a team leader, and they'll help you with scripts.
What's MAT coaching? Is that
MAPS, M-A-P-S,
Oh,
MAPS coaching, yeah, it's the highest level coaching that we offer here at Keller Williams. Okay, number 2, benefits of scripts. Scripts give us the confidence to do our job. They allow us to stay focused and in the present moment. They provide consistency in what we say and do. So we need to fill in the next 3 blanks. What else are the benefits of scripts? Can anyone add something? Anyone think they know?
Build our confidence.
Confidence, definitely. Write that down. Confidence. you know what you're gonna say, it's a little bit easier to listen, right? Controlling the conversation. So I say scripts always brings you back. It's like a race. You have to take this client from point A to point B, but your client is like a 2-year-old toddler that wants to stop for everything else, right, and talk about everything else. It brings you back to the actual reason why you're calling, and that's to offer your services and ask for some business, right? So control of the conversation would be the second one.
Overcome objections.
Overcome objections. Overcome objections. I think, yeah, it's Mike Ferry. So Mike Ferry has 40 real estate objections. I always have a copy with me at any point in time. I've had the same one since 4 or 5 years ago when I printed it off. What I started with is I pulled off the 40 real estate objections, and I found the ones that I was consistently getting hit with, and I highlighted those, and then I just kept practicing those. So it can help you overcome objections, find what objections you're getting, and then find scripts to help you use those. All right? Mindset first scripts. You guys see that? What are your limiting beliefs around scripts?
It's gonna sound like I'm reciting a script.
Sound like you're reciting a script. Okay, robot, salesperson.
Pitched. And along that same line, pitched.
Pitched. Okay.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
Where it sounds, you think you sound impersonal.
Impersonal. Okay. Anything else?
You're never gonna believe this.
I'm not going to believe this? All right. Okay.
Well, that's because I think so many of us have heard people call and they're reading from a script and they're reading it like they're reading it from a script.
Right.
Obviously, they didn't read it, they didn't study
Internalize
it
it.
and memorize it, and you
Internalize.
have to tweak it just a little bit, I think, without changing it. I know you can get in trouble doing that, but I know for me, I have to just like little words here because they're like words that I would never say. So like for me, it's about not being able to. It's about coming across as disingenuous, and I don't ever want to come across as that. So it hits me too hard saying like there's a script that's like that's great.
Yeah.
I would never say that's great, and it wouldn't sound right coming from me. I would
Sure.
have to phrase it just a little differently. But that's me.
So a couple things on that. So yeah, with scripts, especially starting off, you're going to sound like a robot. Embrace that, okay? If you don't, you're doing it wrong right off the bat. This guy just went over it. He's like, look, some of us think we have our own scripts and they work great when really when we start to practice them, we realize how well they don't work. First, you have to internalize the script, then you have the right to change it. You don't get to butcher it and completely change the entire thing, but you get to put in different words that you like to use. Rather than saying that's great, I say that's exciting. Same
Well,
thing.
it's the same thing, but it's
However,
It's the tone of voice.
I've gone through the script, so I'm able to switch. I can still use the foundation of the script that I learned, and I plug in a few different words. The script is still the same script. You don't know exactly how to create your own scripts or use your own scripts until you actually internalize the right one. You work from there. You don't build a house from the roof down. You build a house from the foundation up. So the foundation is your scripts. You start there, internalize those scripts, then you get to change it the way you want to change it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it's called internalizing your script. When you don't have it internalized, you don't really know what you're doing. So what you do is you beat this into your brain, A, B, C, D, and then you get to decide. Oftentimes what happens is I have a script that I use, and it's question A, question B, question C, question D. And the first 100 times that I use it, it's question A, question B, question C, question D. But then once I've internalized it, I can go and flow with the conversation. Well, now I'm asking question A, and I had to jump to question D because that's where the conversation led me. But that's because I've internalized that script. So yeah, starting off practicing, you will sound like a robot. It's perfectly fine. Take it in, learn it, internalize it, and then tweak it a little bit to your own liking, right? To make it more personable. Anything else? Any other limiting beliefs around scripts? Right? When you go to your doctor sounds like a doctor, right? You don't want him talking slang to you. You don't want him not really knowing what his profession or sounding unprofessional, right? Take the same responsibility. What are 3 negative consequences for failing to learn scripts? For example, a lack of income to pay bills, having to drive the old car, or no vacation for the family. Does that make sense? Okay, so before I started getting into my scripts, I would realize that I might have left an opportunity on the table after I hung up that phone call, right? Oh yeah, my mom's thinking about selling you later on down the road. Okay, give me a call when you're ready, right? Rather than the scripts that could have led me to getting that contact. So for me, the one thing that I would put as a negative consequences is missed opportunities, right? What's another negative? And this can be personable. I won't get to drive my Ferrari that I want by 2020. So I don't practice my script.
Be crying in your Pinto.
There you go, yeah, I'll be crying in my Pinto. Yes.
Either, what did I say, lack of, success, like failure.
Failure.
And also maybe you insulted someone. You kind of said something inappropriate, or
Yeah.
didn't use the right word, or
Definitely.
forgot their name.
Yeah.
Called them the wrong name.
I've done that.
I've done that.
Yeah, I was at a listing presentation one time, it was an expired, and I kept calling the guy Sam. His name was not Sam.
Oh,
I
no.
called him Sam about 20 times.
Oh.
And
I
you
just could
failed
not
to
get it out of my
correct you
head.
the first
No,
time?
he did
That's
every
a-
time. It was the roughest listing presentation.
Oh my God.
And then top it off, my business partner George was with me. He was laughing the entire time. That helped to make it a little bit easier. I was the bad cop, he was the good cop.
Right.
But for the life of me,
You didn't get the listing, did you?
No, I did not.
There was a sound.
I think what ended up happening was I got into my own head. So as soon as I called him Sam a couple times, I was so conscious of trying not to do it that I did it so many times.
You lost
I couldn't even listen to the guy. And then I got George over here laughing, right? So I'm like, thanks.
Can I make a suggestion instead of a question?
Sure.
One of the things, and I used to, and I haven't since I got back into the business, but when I first started out at Doug Anderson's office, my niche was expireds too. I was really good at putting Band-Aids on the previous listing agent, and relisting. But I have never actually followed scripts, but I'm definitely gonna do this. I think a really good way for me is to have a personal connection with the person I'm talking to. And so I've been sitting here thinking, well, how can I do that if I've got to stick to the script the first 100 times, A, B, C, D, without veering off course, at least for the first 100, and then tag in my own. But I went door knocking for the very first time ever on Monday after we left here. And I had my Navy Mom shirt on. Here's another one today. I'll have a different one on every week. And one person had a handmade Navy wreath on their door. So that was my personal prop to have a personal connection with them, and then you could maybe go into a script after that. I'm also extremely involved in animal rescue, canines more so. So all the people that were home and have like crazy barking dogs.
Barking dogs.
Barking dog. Barking dog, yeah. That was my personal connection with that, and so I would say something to them and refer to them as fur babies, not their dogs, and things like that. And so I think if you want to add a personal touch but still stick to a script, start it out with something personal. Find a prop. Maybe they're wearing a T-shirt with the name of your favorite band on it, or even if they're not your favorite band, tell them that it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
But find a prop that connects you personally, and then move forward with real estate.
Yeah, definitely good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my thank you cards reflected the same. Like I would put a little note at the address of the house with the Navy wreath. I put Navy wreath, so I remember what house it was. So then when I wrote the note card, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with me, and I really love the wreath, and maybe someday you can show me how to make one of those for myself, and because they know I'm a Navy mom, and so I really added that personal touch in the note card as well.
Yeah, definitely. Always good to find something personal to connect with somebody with. And we don't always have that, especially if you're cold calling or prospecting, you just have a voice on the other end. At the end of the day, it boils down to your scripts and the questions you're asking. You're there for a reason. The difference between a salesperson and a business person is someone has the skills and traits that a business person has. Don't just be a salesperson knocking on the door to get a sale. We use these scripts to help service our clients, right? So the best way we can help them out is being the best professional. Okay. Number 3, anyone else got something to add? 3 negative consequences for failing to practice your scripts.
You can start doubting your abilities.
Start doubting your abilities. After a few rough conversations, that'll probably happen. Yeah. Mindy?
Don't think they're going to work.
Don't think they're going to work. Ooh, okay. We have so much proof in front of us that it does work. Go and ask any successful realtor, anyone that's not used scripts and someone that's used scripts. I'm a person that's done that. Albert, I know, is a person that's practiced scripts. Do you find the benefit in using scripts, Albert?
100%.
Everyone does. It's there, the proof's in the pudding. You know what I mean? You go find every single person that's successful in this business, they have a lot of common traits. One of those is practicing scripts at some point. You should do it daily.
JD, can you recommend maybe 3 of your top scripts that you should learn first?
Simple. I have Betty and Chris doing it right now. They're kicking butt, and it took a while to get them there. So what we do is we do 1 open house a week, and then we focus on promoting that open house. So what I have them practicing is door knocking scripts, circle prospecting scripts, and open house scripts. So the circle prospecting and the door knocking are the same exact script. The only thing is one's phone call, one's door knocking. But it's still, hi, my name is JD with Keller Williams. We just listed a property, or we're holding an open house down the street at 1234 Main Street. But we practice those just listed and open houses, door knocking or circle prospecting. Simple stuff. It's the basics, and it's free.
What's the last one? Listing?
Just listed. You can do just listed, just sold, or open houses.
No, listing script.
Just listed, just sold, or open house scripts.
Is that what you call the circle prospecting?
Circle prospecting is, I've heard a lot of people refer it to door knocking and making phone calls. To me, circle prospecting is calling around a certain area.
Sure.
Phone calls. Door knocking is door knocking, and open house is open house. Yeah, but some people like to say circle prospecting.
And the circle prospecting would consist of the just listed or just sold?
Just listed, just sold, open house. You got these scripts that we use. It's just my tool to get in front of them and ask them, hey, do you know anyone that wants to, do you have a real estate need, or do you happen to know someone that has a real estate need? And at the end of that conversation, I ask if I can keep in touch with them. You know, who's your go-to source for real estate? Nobody, great, I'd like to be that person. So the intro to it and how I get there, it changes. You can do just listed, just sold. Some people are walking around. There's a neighborhood survey script that you can go. Knock on the door, say, hey, my name's JD, I'm a realtor with Keller Williams. I was previewing a house down the street, or I'm in the neighborhood looking for a client of mine that's looking to buy, and I have some questions on the neighborhood. Can I ask you some questions? Number 1, how do you like the neighborhood? Is it family friendly? There's an entire script just on that. So you got to find what you're going to actually be using as your tool to get in front of them. Phone call, door knocking. Again, we do just listed, just sold, and open house. It's usually open houses. The just listed, just sold, we send those out. Sometimes we door knock them if we don't have an open house. 90% of the time we're doing an open house every Saturday or every Sunday, and we're door knocking and circle prospecting. I like to keep things very simple and basic. So the more that I got to do, the more chances are that I'm not going to get it done. And I've realized that with a lot of different people. And reading the one thing, the more simple you create things, and the more that you have, the less that you have to focus on, the better that area gets, quicker. More quick. Okay, 3 negative consequences for failing. The last one I would put, you don't get to live a life by design, you get to live it by default. Because this is the starting step to building your dreams. You're not scripted, you're going to miss out on a lot of different opportunities. Page 39, when you get done reading that. Number 3, learning scripts. In order to internalize scripts so they become our own and sound natural and friendly, we begin by memorizing them. Both take time and practice. So you go from memorize to practice to internalize. You guys see that? Mm-hmm. Practice makes perfect. Like with any new skill, it takes practice to learn and perfect it. Top agents know the value of scripts and continue to practice them daily, so they are sharp and always ready with the exact right words to say or the perfect question to ask. Wrap your mind around learning scripts by saying, learning scripts will make great things happen in my life. Choose ways to incorporate practice into your daily routine. Here's a few pointers. Arrange with the partner to spend 15 minutes each day reciting scripts to each other. Record yourself saying your scripts on your phone and play them back while driving, speaking along with the recording. Do this daily. Anyone else got some other ideas on how you can be accountable to scripts? Yes.
Something that I started doing was I gave my boyfriend scripts.
Yeah.
And so every time he calls me or anytime I call him, I start our conversation off
Yeah.
with a script. So, and then he'll ask me questions or basically what his job is to tell me no.
Yeah.
And so I keep going and keep
Good.
saying things that I possibly can do, and then he's like, okay, are you hungry? Like,
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
you want food or not?
That's a good way to start. Definitely a good way to start. Betty and Fritz, they both do that. Betty was circle prospecting one time, and she got her mom on the phone by accident. And so she had no idea. And so the mom thought she was calling to practice, so she went along with the entire thing.
Oh my goodness.
And then she was like, Mom, at the end of it, she was like, Mom, Betty, come on. She had no idea it was her mom. So yeah, that's a good way to do it. The only thing is that will only get you so far.
Yes.
Over time, you come to know that person, you know the questions they're gonna ask, the tonality. It's better to have different script partners, especially people that you don't know. The more uncomfortable you get with script, the easier it is to use in the field. Does that make sense?
So
Okay, guys.
you recommend,
Pay attention.
different, like, to get different partners?
Yeah, the more the merrier. Find people that are going to be committed. I think we are all committed, so before the end of this class, we'll set up script partners or script groups. But I would say make sure you find a few people that you don't know and then commit. I mean, at the end of the day, it's you. You're the only person that can control what you're going to do. So commit to practicing these things daily. It only takes 15 minutes, and there's no excuse why you can't do it. I've heard them all, and I've had solutions to all of them. It's just people choose not to do it. The most common one is, I have to take my kid to school in the morning. Totally fine, I get it, absolutely. I'm not saying that's not a hurdle to get over, but it's a hurdle that can be jumped. You either do it before, or you do it after, or you do it on the way there. When we're driving, our cars now connect to the Bluetooth and whatever. You can always put it on speakerphone. So that's a way to do it, or do it before or do it after. Get set up with someone that's going to work with your time frame. That should not be an excuse. You can have reasons or you can have results. You choose. Yes?
I've been reading this book about conversion.
Okay.
And one of the things it tells you that, especially for indoor sales and your cold calling, that you should practice your script in front of a mirror.
Yeah.
Watching yourself,
Mimic mirror
see what
match.
your face looks like that. You should smile at yourself in the mirror while you're doing it, because when you're on the phone, whether you know it or not, your whole attitude is transferred through the line to the person you're speaking to. So if you're feeling all bummed out and depressed, your script's gonna go across, bummed out and depressed.
Yeah.
I
So-
also read too that you should smile while you're talking to the
Well, it's
other
almost impossible to be negative while you're smiling. Try it. I've tried it. It's so weird. It is hard. So your tonality is exciting. You can have a mirror match, mirror to watch, mimic, and mirror, mimic, and watch, and also keep tabs of yourself. It puts you in the right state of mind, right emotion, right energy, right
It
tonality.
says when you're doing your cold calling, like the desk that you're doing it from, you should have a mirror in front of you so you can see yourself as you're doing the actual cold calling, and you will like, oh, that's what I'm doing.
What we do is, my computer has a webcam on it and a camcorder, so when you play it, it's actually playing on the screen. It's a live feed, it's playing it back to you, and it records everything. I think recording goes a lot further because you can actually go back and review it. Having a mirror is good, but I think with technology nowadays, if you have access to it, record yourself. Because you actually get to watch yourself, number one, so that's just like a mirror. And then number two is you get to record your conversations. Go back and see where you're saying your uhs, or where you missed answering an objection appropriately, or where you missed an opportunity. Recording goes a long ways. We have our phones. I mean,
Yeah. Don't you have to disclose to your client that they're being recorded? Legally?
I think so, but
Okay.
I'm not sharing it. Yeah,
Right.
it's only used for me.
Right, okay. I just wanted to make sure in case sort of law is ever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you
Yeah. It depends. If you get caught, it is.
But
Sometimes I've seen like YouTube videos where they actually real life cold calling. I don't think they're telling the other person.
Yeah, they don't tell them.
Maybe
might.
after.
Look, it could be, if you use it in the wrong way, I think you're gonna have problems. If you're just using it for your self-growth, I don't think you're gonna have a problem.
If you have problems, just say
Yeah.
JD said.
Yeah, it's not about what you do, it's about who you do it around and who you do.
Right, exactly.
It's horrible. Alright, so here's a couple ideas. Number one is you're gonna create a group, create some accountability around it. Keep attendance, see who uses it within your group. Whoever doesn't show up or fails, you guys put some kind of way you can track and measure to find out who wins At the end of the week, the person who loses, have them buy lunch for the group. So, yeah. Yeah, create pain. I mean, I'm all about creating pain and accountability. Albert and I were in a script group about 3 years ago, and it was in here, and what we did is, I think it started off about 15, it would dwindle down to 7, and then maybe a little bit more, because people would show up. But one thing we did do is we started at the beginning. Anyone that wanted to join, no ifs, ands, or questions or experience about it, you have to put $25 into the pot at the beginning of the week. So we had one person that handled the money every week. You'd come in, give me the $25, and then every day that you show up, I give you $5 back. So come Friday, you show up every day, you get your $25 back. However, the days that you miss, let's say you missed Monday and you showed up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I get to keep $5. That $5 went to a pot, and it ended up getting up to like $300 or $400. And at the end of the month, we're figuring out what to do. Give it to the winner, do a script off. What we ended up doing is we used it to buy another MAPS coaching class called it was a Richard Schulman. He had 9 or 10 people on his team. He's in Santa Monica, and he did over 125 units that year. And that's a lot of volume for Santa Monica, where the average sales price is $700,000, probably 8 now.
Whoa.
I forgot what it was called, the language of snow. Anyways, that's what we used it for. So you can do that as well. Find out what's going to work for you guys. Create a pain. Somebody, I think it was Ken Mitchell, or it was Neil. So his accountability, he had certain things he had to do, and if he didn't reach those or he didn't do what he was supposed to do, he had to write a check to, I think it was a profit or an organization or a person that,
It's his girlfriend's ex-boyfriend. So it's Christy's ex-boyfriend. And no explanation whatsoever. It's just $100 with a note. I didn't reach my goal.
So
That's it.
create some accountability around it.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah, some people would, April was a coach here years ago, we would do
Ego crusher.
we would do a $100 check at the beginning of the week, and if we didn't do our goal, we donate it to KW Cares. Okay, so you guys got those ideas down? Anyone else got a couple more ideas? Anyone else? What do you think would make it fun? What's going to get you guys to do your scripts? I want to hear a couple things. Anybody? I need at least.
Sing it first.
Sing it?
No, he needs
Listen
to
to her sing it
He
first.
wants a penalty. He looking for a penalty.
My major goal in life is to invest in the Disney Vacation Club and go on Disney vacations every year. So if I don't do my script, I can't do that. So I'll I don't know, envision it somehow, put like a
Dream board.
printout, dream board or something of all the Disney
That's a good
vacations.
way. That's a good thing is, having a dream board in front of you. That's overall good.
That's not what I mean.
Accountability. Let's go more. How do we hold ourselves accountable to doing scripts? What's going to keep you guys accountable? It doesn't have to be money. It could be, teaming up with the right person to make sure that they will call you at that right time, or tracking it, in front of everyone and in front of a group of people. So think about what you can do, because we are going to be setting up script partners. Try the next page, 40. Memorize in 6 steps. This is how we're going to memorize scripts. You guys ready?
Yes.
Is it interesting that after many years you can still recite the ABCs and simple nursery rhymes? How do you think you learn those? It's simple, by repetition. You will learn the scripts the same way. Number 1, read the first sentence of the script out loud 5 times. So you're going to read the first sentence of the script 5 times out loud. When you read your script out loud, you're engaging your eyes, your voice, and your entire body, not just your eyes. Number 2 is repeat. Repeat the same sentence 5 times with a huge smile on your face. That's where the mirror would come in handy. You will notice a difference in your tonality when you say it with a smile. Try standing in front of a mirror. Watch your body language as you repeat your script. Read the second line of the script out loud 10 times while smiling. Number 4, say. Now for the hard part, put your script down. From memory, recite the first 2 sentences out loud 10 times with a big smile. If you make a mistake, start over from the beginning. Say. Continue adding 1 sentence at a time, repeating 10 times. Anytime you make a mistake, go back to the beginning. Say the entire script as fast as you can 5 times in a row. Your chances of stumbling when reading the scripts at a normal pace after you practice and chanted them is very small. Doing this 6-step process is the way scripts become natural to you. Instead of having to think about what to say next, you'll be able to listen to how your customer is responding. How long will it take to memorize and internalize? The truth is, it doesn't matter, because as you keep using the steps, you become better at them. Don't rush, be patient, expect good results, and they will come to you. Keep smiling, practicing, and rehearsing, and you will achieve success internalizing the scripts. So, here in a minute, we're going to practice those ways using the scripts. You're not going to learn it all the first time. It is going to take some time. What really helped me learn these the most is actually using them in the field and failing a ton of times, because I don't like to be uncomfortable. So every time I failed, it was uncomfortable, a learning lesson. So for me, the best way to internalize this stuff is actually practice them and then use them. Then you'll find out where you're falling short and where you need to practice that. Okay? Turn to page 41.
I think it was Dale Carnegie that said the best way to be successful is to fail miserably.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Because you learn from it.
I have a question regarding the scripts. I know you said in the morning. Are
Yes.
you saying that it's better for us to practice scripts in the morning?
What I would say is it's better for you to practice scripts when you're going to practice scripts.
Set a time.
For me, morning, and most people, they look, as the day goes on, we give ourselves, we're more lenient in what we're doing. So as we put together a to-do list throughout the day, we always get done what we do first thing in the morning. There's no problem doing that stuff. It's once we get to the end of the day at 3 or 4 o'clock, I'm supposed to go to the gym, but I'll just push it off to tomorrow. I'm supposed to track my numbers, but I'll just push it off to tomorrow. I'm supposed to do my script right now, but I'll push it off to tomorrow. So the things that you plan in the morning typically get done. So I always do it in the morning, and on top of that, we do our lead generation from 8 to 11. So when we practice our scripts, we are fresh, and they get to go straight into our phone calls.
So you practice scripts first and then.
I would say if you're going to practice scripts, do them right before your phone calls. It's only takes 15 minutes. Do them at 4 o'clock at night, do them at 3:45. Okay? Everyone will take turns practicing scripts. On the following 2 pages, you will find 4 scripts to use for calling people you know. On your own, choose one script that best suits your status. So if you look on page 43, you'll start to see the scripts, front and back. Choose one script that suits your status. You'll see a new to real estate script, a new to Keller Williams script, remind them you're in real estate, or new to the area. Choose one of those scripts. So, what I would like you guys to do is stand up, choose a partner, and then practice those scripts. And yes, you do have to stand up. So, choose your script and have those 6 steps and memorizing the steps. Yeah, we're going to start now. We're going to take 15 minutes. So it's 10:10. At 10:25, we'll stop. So go ahead and stand up and sit down.
Are we supposed to venture out?
If someone needs a partner, let me know.
Right, not getting it. I think there's a drawing in real estate business. She was great when I was what I have. That I have one company that is 25, their families and there's no cost to you. Oh, I was there and I said, look, but I was enjoying it. We're just continuing. Oh, it is. let me make sure I have your correct Yes, it is actually. And do me a favor, please. If you do have any information about the real estate, put me in mind. And I need to send it to you. Let me make sure and add them now. Is it? Let me know how you like it. Okay. Thank you for your time. Let me know if there's anything I can do.
And did you download the links to that? Are you sure it's the real estate need?
Like you said, and I agree. And that's what you don't really have to trade off. Because it connects them to directly you. Thank you so much for your time. Please let me know if there's anything I can ever do.
All you do.
I get all tongue-tied like I can't breathe.
I know, that's why you have to crack. Hello, my name is Linda. There's somebody I know, right?
Yeah, you know.
Well, I like your policy about not getting in touch. We're staying in touch. Yeah, staying in touch. I've been there for a long time. Working with great clients like you. I wanted to share with you that I have a couple of roles in the about 25 families in 30 homes of their and you already know I'll do whatever it takes to help you out. And I count on you to help me reach the goal. Maybe some you might need a real estate app. Just stay in touch with what's going on in the real estate market and see whatever's happening.
Because that's kind of the reason we know that.
That's an easy way. No problem.
It's actually easy. Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I ask you to go from work or maybe or
He just graduated high school last year. So I have a picture.
I am.
I do that once a week for a
There's this lady, and I listen to motivational stuff in the morning. Sometimes it's different messages. I listen to a ton of different things. Sometimes it's just music. And there's this lady, she was talking about how, every choice that we have an opportunity to go a certain direction. And hers was waking up in the morning. She's like, for here, then I try to wake up at 5 o'clock. So she goes, finally one day, I woke up and I just started counting backwards from 5, like I was NASA. 5, 4, 3. She goes, you have about 5 seconds to make a decision on what you're going to do next. So when she woke up, her natural decision was to go back to sleep. But interrupting that and taking those 5 seconds actually gave her time to make the right decision. 5 second rule.
Her name is Mel Robbins.
There you go.
And the name of the book is The 5-Second Rule.
I think she worked for NASA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's done everything.
So, side note, that just reminded me. All right, guys, here we go. Let's get back to page 41. 42, wait. 45. 45. Another video. It's a video?
Yeah, ours is.
Is it? I might not have that page.
Yeah, you might know.
Mine is.
No, mine.
Which video is it?
It's the real play, calling nets in your database.
Really? I don't have that. Let's see if I can find it.
Calling with scripts is what I have.
Yeah, 45. That's page 45, right?
Calling with scripts on page 46.
Oh, yeah, we're not, no, page 45. We're on 45 right now.
45 is the video. No, it's calling with scripts.
Mine's calling with scripts.
45, 46 is calling with scripts.
Yeah, that's great.
We have the wrong one.
You have the wrong one.
That's what I said. We have the wrong one.
I don't even know if I have this video. Hold on, guys. Just a second. Yeah, that's what I got too.
That's fine.
How many? Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah.
They do have different sessions of the book, or different. They changed it like 3 times, so that might have been what they changed. I don't have a video for you guys. We're going to move right on to page 45 or 46. It'll say your turn calling with scripts. You guys there?
Yeah.
Okay. Begin by saying an affirming message out loud to yourself. I always come from contribution. People will welcome my call. Get your phone and your list of contacts and call people you know. You will use the script you just practiced to offer your KW mobile app and ask for referrals. Number 1, which is goal number 1, call until you make contact with at least 3 people and recite your script. Goal number 2, get at least 1 referral. And goal number 3, get at least 1 person to download your KW mobile app search. Okay, guys, so we are going to take 15 to 20 minutes. Let's see, it's 10:30, 10:45. We'll take 15 minutes. We're going to start making calls. Spread out if you need to. I know some of us talk very loud. I do. If you need to, just branch out throughout the office. But most important, make the phone call. And I will be walking through the office just to check with people, see if they have questions. I hope you're not that person that's going to dip away and try to hide from making the calls, because that's not going to help you, and it's not going to get you to your dreams. So trust me, You're gonna feel a lot better if you make that phone call mess up rather than not doing the phone call at all. Been there, done that, I can tell you from experience, you're not gonna like that. Be the person that does it. So, pull your phones out. I would start with A and use the script that you just practiced to call your people. It talks about offering the KW mobile app. I don't know if your guys' script has that.
Yeah.
It does. If it does, that's a good one to use for anybody. You know, even family or friends. Hey guys, you know, I just got this KW mobile app. Would you mind if I sent it to you so you can download it and maybe use it at some point in time? Right? Use the script. What's that? We'll show you how to send the app at the end. It's very easy. Once you download it, you put in your realtor code, everything syncs, and then you can just click share, and it says message, and it'll message them a link.
How about if you send it and then call them and say?
Do what you want, call them. Call them. So take 15, 20 minutes. The goal is to get a referral, get people to pick up. So let's go ahead and start making those calls. Be back at 10:45. Let's get started. Yes. Pretty quiet for all these phone calls. What's that? There you go, Brian. Yes. I'll come to you. Number? No, not right now. But you have a list of phone numbers in your phone, I bet. Or your database. I have the KW Edge map on my app on my phone, so I have 500 people in that one. That's tons of numbers. You can find numbers.
You know, this kind of because I know hopefully this coming spring that you and
Uh-oh. Anyone need help?
She just downloaded her app. How does it get to her?
Okay. I would focus on making the phone call right now rather than doing that. That can be done later.
Okay. So you're looking at buying it.
You can't go up to the
But-
house and go,
We did it.
do you want to
Yeah,
sell?
we got it done.
Oh, yeah.
And we ended up,
All right.
Whatever you're trying to get across.
How'd it go? Anyone get some business?
I did.
All right. Any struggles? Ahas?
The thing we were just talking about, the objection.
Yeah.
I didn't give up. I pressed forward in a polite way, and she's meeting me Friday. Her and her husband. It's all because I didn't say okay and hung up. The
Yeah.
very thing we were just talking about.
All right. Yeah. You hold it. Good. Anything else? Anyone else? Anyone get somebody to pick up? Was there struggles? I mean, what was the challenges? If you didn't get an appointment, what was the challenge? Was it getting people to pick up?
Yes.
The first person I called didn't pick up, so then I was in the middle of a conversation with the second person, and the first person called back.
That's
so,
good.
Well, yeah, but then I had to, it kind of threw me off, like, when reciting the script, because I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Dawn, no, hold on, finish what you're doing, and then I called the.
Right, yeah.
So it kind of threw me off, but.
It'll happen. It'll happen. Yeah, definitely. Yes.
I sent the app to the two people I actually spoke to.
What's that?
I sent the app to the two people I
Oh,
actually.
you did?
Yeah, they said I could.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, well, if you guys have questions on how to get the app, we'll do it after class.
What I did different, I just shared the app to as many people and then they started calling me back, oh, what is this?
Okay, did you make the
Because I
call?
feel comfortable with those people, but I've never had a chance to share it.
In order to grow, you gotta be uncomfortable, so being comfortable is always the best thing you can do. So, did you still make the calls though?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good. As long as you made the calls, that was the most important thing. It's about making the calls. Everything else is secondary. First, let's get you guys making the calls. And then you can start to internalize your scripts. Okay, we're gonna get started. Page 47. Everyone there? Skill number 4. Be accountable to your big why and your monetary goal. Accountability feedback loop. Earlier in the 6 personal perspectives, we learned that accountability is a tool for continually changing the results in your life in those areas that matter most, your 20%. You also have the career growth initiative and the 4 conversations to assist you with the accountability. Goal achievement is a direct result of accountability. To support your goal setting, we recommend you, number 1, follow an action plan. During this course, you will have an action plan that outlines the specific actions you will take to achieve your goals. You will also create a calendar that helps you time block the specific activities you will do to achieve your goals. Work with your market center leadership to help you measure, evaluate, and make adjustments to your action plan. You guys understand that?
Yes.
So now that you have your monetary goals and your big why, you're going to put a plan of action together, and then work with someone, preferably Michael, because he's the coach. He's going to be the best form of accountability and leadership in one to help you achieve that goal. Michael will set up meetings with you and keep you accountable with your goals. You can take your monetary goal. Let's say it's 52 units, and you can actually break that down to a weekly goal. So you know exactly what you check in every week. Did I do this? Did I set up these appointments? Did I set up the buyer appointments? Did I set up the seller appointments? Did I get this many closings? Did I get this many contracts? So that's what they mean by following an action plan. You take that and then break it down to how many phone calls you need to make. Example, if you know that you make 100 phone calls in a day, and on average you only get 10 people to pick up out of those 100 phone calls, and out of those 10 people, it typically takes, well, let's say it takes 20 people to get one appointment. And you know that you dial 100 calls and you usually get 10. Guess what? You know you need to make 200 calls to get that one appointment. So if your goal is to get 4 buyer appointments, or let's just say 4 appointments in general, and you know you're going to do it through phone calls, then you're going to have to do quite a bit. You're going to do 800 phone calls, right? So that's putting an action plan together. Then you time block when you're going to be doing that. Michael can help you with all of that. Next page, page 48. Action plan. Number 1, make a list.
JD?
Yes.
Where is the, is this earlier in the 6 personal perspectives? Where is that?
It's in the beginning of the chapter. It's the first thing that we talked about.
And the videos that we watched cover that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Number 1, make a list. First, make a list of all the things in your world that require action or resolution. Everything that's incomplete and needs action, whether it's urgent or not, big or small, personal or professional. Number 2 is prove. Now carefully consider each item. Is it dollar productive and part of your 20%? Does it have real relevance to you? If unimportant or not of relevance, delete it. Number 3 is prioritize. For the remaining items on your list, determine 2 things, their importance and their urgency. This will help you organize and prioritize the list. Important. Activities have an outcome that lead to us achieving our goals, whether these are professional or personal. These are your 20% items, the ones that are dollar productive. And then urgent. Activities demand immediate attention because the consequences of not dealing with them are immediate. The one thing that helps, that's a book that Gary Keller wrote and describes about focusing on your 20%, breaking it down to one thing and focusing on that. It's your domino. They say, you start with a domino this big, and if you multiply that size as you go, you can knock down a domino that's 100 times the size of that original domino. And that's what they say. Focus on that one domino that's going to, lead you into achieving your goals. And that's lead generation. It's time blocking your lead generation. So it's a good book to read to get an idea of how to prioritize your day and your actions. 49. Page 49. Here are some task examples. How would you rate each item's importance and urgency? So, number 1, return a call to a person inquiring about a listing. It's part of your 20% and it is urgent. You guys see that? So mark those boxes. You guys have it marked as a blank.
Mark.
Okay, so on that one you're going to mark it is part of your important 20% and it is urgent. Yes, both.
So why do they give you so much space in that important 20%?
Good question.
Really
Because it's very important. Next one, schedule a training class on contracts. That is part of your 20%, but it is not urgent. It's important to learn, that's the fourth most dollar productive thing you can do. But at the expense of lead generation consistently, no. When you time block your lead generation schedule, sometimes thing happens, it's okay to break it. You don't want to create a habit of doing it. You want to stick to that schedule as much as you can, and Bold has a law, if you miss it, replace it. So if you take a class at 9 o'clock in the morning, 9 to 10, in the middle of your 8 to 11 lead generation, you got to make that up an hour later on down the road somewhere. And you'll be doing it for this class. Daily 10-4.
Yes.
That one is important, and it is urgent. Both. Yes. Daily 10-4. Doing your dailies 10-4, that's very important. It's part of your 20%. And your important 20%, and it is urgent. You guys, like I said, if you put that at the beginning of your day, if you put that's the first thing you're going to do for work, you're probably going to get it done. You have better chances. So it's urgent. Order new business cards. You can leave that one blank on both sides. It's not important and it's not urgent. Put marketing materials together for a meeting with the seller next week. That is important as part of your 20%. That's part of your lead generation, is preparing for the appointment. However, it's not urgent. So if your appointment's at 2 o'clock that day and you're lead generating from 9 to 11, 8 to 11, 10 to 11, you don't want to break that to do that. Instead, do it later on. We do our appointments after 12. So we end at 11. That gives us a little bit and it usually starts at 1. So from 11 to 1, we're preparing for any appointments. Or even like tonight, Betty has an appointment at 3:30. She's going to be getting prepared for it. She's already got a block that she's preparing at 2 o'clock to get prepared for that. Or even right now, she has time during her lead generation. So those things the appointment's already set, so we throw that. Our whole goal is to get more appointments throughout the day. That's the most important stuff.
So that's part of the 20%?
Yes. Okay. Put marketing materials together. It is part of the 20%, but it's not urgent. It doesn't need to break your lead generation schedule. Update my Facebook.
Urgent, not.
Depends on your mindset, right? It's not part of your 20%, and it is not
Social
urgent.
media.
Yeah, right? Well, everyone needs that fix nowadays, huh? And then pick up dry cleaning before they close. Urgent. It is not urgent, and it is not part of your 20%. I mean, it is urgent. Sorry, it is urgent, and it's not part of your 20%.
What, your dry cleaning?
Yes, it has a time frame. You have to pick it up before it closes. It's urgent, but it's not important. It needs to be done, but it's not the expense of your business.
Did you have a question about the previous one, update my Facebook? Because like now, so much of our advertising and our lead generation is being tied to our Facebook. So wouldn't update my Facebook at least warrant being important in 20%?
Possibly, I would say it depends on how you're using your Facebook. There's a lot of people that like to say they're using their Facebook as business, and I would ask them what's their results, and most of the time, they're using it as Facebook for play. Do you have a system? Do you have a system that's trackable on getting Facebook? Well, I'll say, how are you getting your leads through Facebook? Can you tell me, well, I do A, B, C, and D? I can do that. We take 15 minutes a day. We have 3 times throughout the day where we have posts scheduled. One is at 8 o'clock, which is Fritz. He posts into 15 groups, and we use our open house that we're promoting for the week. Betty does 11, I do 4 o'clock. Or Betty does 1, I do 4. So it's important for us, but it takes very little time, especially if you have a systematic way on how to do it. It's important to us. It is part of our important 20%, but we have it set in our schedule to where it's not interfering with the other bigger rocks that we have to move, like making our phone calls and following up. You shouldn't be on Facebook. Updating your status and doing that doesn't take too often. Anything on Facebook, it does not take too much time. Everything's systematic. So it depends on what you're doing, I would say.
So it doesn't affect my 20% if I go from in a relationship to single?
Right, exactly. Depends on how you're using it, right? And look, as we grow more into the social media age, there's going to be more things that we learn. For example, video. Last year, video was gonna be the big thing. It was. 84% of data that was used and tracked last year was video. So, you know, getting prepped for those videos, get that done, it takes time, I understand that. I'm sure they're gonna start to adjust the curriculum as we go. But right now, we're trying to get you guys focused on the bare minimum basic stuff, and that's making phone calls. And that's the proven method over and over again. This is a new method that's coming out. They're still tracking it. They're still figuring it out. But what's been around since the beginning of real estate is door knocking, open houses, phone calls. At the end of the day, the most powerful thing you can do is have a two-way conversation with people. Even with our Facebook leads, we have script that's copy and pasted. We message ourselves these scripts that we've created for Facebook because they don't have Facebook scripts, right? So we have these, and it's a set of 3 different things. The responses are always the same because we use the same ad, just change different things. So I get to copy and paste. I literally copy and paste. Copy and paste, copy and paste, and each one by the 3rd paste, it's geared towards getting their name and number. I'm not trying to build rapport over Facebook. I'm not trying to set up an appointment over Facebook. I'm trying to get your name and number over Facebook. So my whole goal through Facebook is still getting down to making that phone call, right? Okay, so lead generate. It's part of your important 20%, and it is urgent.
I'll double check. Absolutely.
If you don't hold your lead generation sacred, you will make your need for leads urgent. Does that make sense?
Yes. Wait.
If you don't hold your lead generation sacred, you will make your need for leads urgent.
Yes.
Yeah, true. They call that the roller coaster of real estate. You know, you lead generate, you get all this business, and you're climbing up, and then all of a sudden, you stop lead generating. You have 5 escrows, which is great, 10 escrows, 15, 20, but you stop lead generating. What happens is, as those close, you stop putting people into that funnel or that pipeline, it dries up, and then you're going to have a dry spell where you drop back down. And that's when the leads become urgent. Now you got to get back to work to lead generating. Keep in mind, real estate oftentimes is not a quick fix. A lot of times it takes some time to build momentum and get going again. Yeah. 66 to 90 days. It used to be 90 days, I think, in the one thing or something Keller ones came out with. Now they have something where they create a 66-day calendar for you to create a habit. But either way, I mean, it takes
66 days to create a habit.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just talking to Betty and Fritz about this the other day. You know, doing your lead generation, and I think I shared it with you guys. If I told you, hey, look, for the next 30 days, I need you to work 9 to 5, all 30 days. One of those days, you're going to have an opportunity to cash a check for $6,750. But all you have to do is show up 9 to 5 every day, and I guarantee you'll get the $6,750. Trick is this: I don't know what day that's going to be. It might be day 29. It might be day 23. It could be day 6. But you need to do all the days in order to capture that. I need you to go through the entire process. And that's kind of what lead generation is. Once you stop, if you stop on 1 through 30, let's say you stop day 23 and that paycheck was day 23 and you don't do it, you missed out. You're going to have to wait for the next set of series to come by for the next year to come in. So that's how lead generation works. The day that you miss is the day you might miss an opportunity. Rank tasks according to the following. You guys have that? At the bottom of page 49. Important and urgent. These are the activities that help you achieve your personal and professional goals. There are 2 types: unforeseen and unexpected tasks, and tasks that you've left until the last minute. So important and urgent activities that help achieve your personal, and professional goals. Important but not urgent. These are also activities that help you achieve your personal goals and professional goals. Make sure you have plenty of time to do these things properly so they do not become urgent. Not important but urgent. These are the things that prevent you from achieving your goal. Ask yourself whether you can reschedule or delegate them. Not important, not urgent. These activities are just a distraction. You can simply ignore or cancel many of them. Okay, got that? So next what we're going to do is we're going to prioritize your activities. We're going to talk about what you guys do on a daily basis. We all have different schedules. Some of us have kids. Some of us have dogs. I have dogs. And I got to take about a half hour. Yeah, I got to take about a half hour in the morning to make sure they're prepped and ready before I leave, so I don't chew my house. What's that?
3 dogs and 3 cats.
There you go. So we all have different activities that we work with. We're going to prioritize everything, okay? So number 1 On page 50, start your action plan. List 10 tasks you need to complete. Lead generation is listed for you. Rate each on importance and urgency. Prioritize the task. Schedule on your calendar based on priority. So this can be done in 2 ways. You can do today. What do you need to do today? And write it down. What are 10 things you have to do, and list if they're important, urgent, and what priority they are. Or you could do on a daily basis if you have a schedule that you follow, and then put that in there and prioritize what needs to be done first. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So you can do your prioritize your day or prioritize your schedule for.
And this is personal items too.
Person.
If I do today, personal things I have to do today, some may be urgent.
Right. Lead generation's already in there, picking up kids.
Right.
Right?
So put that.
Yeah, put that stuff in there, yeah. Anything that you have to do, but then you're gonna have to rate it. Is it important? Is it part of your 20%? And is it urgent?
But the lead generation already is our.
Yeah, it's already there. Boom, yeah. Look, if you don't lead generate, you don't pay bills, right? You don't pay bills, you're not gonna have a roof over your kids' heads for them to go to school, come home, learn, grow, eat, right? It all starts with lead generation. It really does. Money is energy to do things. Energy to pick up your kids. Yes.
JD, does the lead generation incorporate our note cards and our phone calls? Is
Yes.
that the incorporation of that? So
Yes.
aside from doing that, what is important in my day?
Yeah.
And I don't have a lot.
The good thing is, you can always add things that you want. The good thing is this year we started, there's a thing called Life Wheel. Have you heard about that? I talk about it all the time. So Life Wheel, it's this wheel, and there's like 7 different quadrants, and they're all different, but research over the years, I think it was like 5 different psychologists that put this together. They said they found the happy people had success in these 7 different quadrants, and it was relationships, spiritual, family and friends, and recreation. Well, you're saying no, but here's the thing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, for me, it's, and everybody has their own personal thing, but when I think about it, for me, I mean, I focused on some of those things, and it's like, I might as well have just put a gun to my head, you know what I'm saying, over the past year.
Your thoughts, you were the one that stopped me yesterday and was with it. Your thoughts become things.
That's right, and I totally, so last night there were things that I was doing to specifically do that. So do I want to move backwards and so for me it's kind of like moving backwards. Right now my main thing is lead generation.
Okay, perfect.
That's 10 things for the day. And my dog, he's like number 10.
Oh, hey, look, we found something so far. So, break down your lead generation. Because you will need to do this. Lead generation isn't just as simple as lead generation. What exactly are you doing to lead generate? You can start to prioritize those. For example, from 8 to 9, I call that my catch-up. That is anything that I had from the day before. It might not necessarily be towards lead generation, okay? Sometimes it's sending out this email or a contract or whatever it is. Just as much as that, I'm also looking for what didn't I do yesterday that I said I was going to do. A prospective client needed information on financing. Let me get that out to them. But then from 9 to 11, I'm following up with my leads that I had the day before, and then I'm going through my database again.
So are you putting the times, or right now we're just prioritizing?
Just prioritize it.
Okay.
We'll put the times in later.
What if you
But
have more
this
than
is an
10?
example for Cynthia, so she can break down her lead generation and prioritize which one. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Judy. I'm trying to be really positive, but obviously this whole year, this past year, kind of.
Life happens to all of us.
It does.
So,
Yeah.
so what I'm trying to get to is this: we're honestly, we're all capable of changing your life at any moment. The thing is, it's not easy. It really isn't. You actually have to put in work on a daily basis to make sure that you start to live the life by design, not by default. One recommendation I would make is, have you ever read the book The Miracle Morning? No? I would pick up a copy. It's a quick read, 70 pages. I have a copy. I'm reading it for the 3rd time. I'll give it to you. I would start there. It's a good book. It teaches you about setting up a morning routine.
Which book is that?
The Miracle Morning.
When I was 5.
You know what, there's one that Michael gave us, I like it, it's called something about frog. That's a really good book, I just finished reading. Yeah, it's called, yeah, right?
What is it?
I remember Eat the Frog.
Eat your frog.
It's really
Eat
good.
that
That's helped me, I
challenge.
need to sit down and make my whole.
Character
Yeah,
building
you
days.
eat the frog, first thing, and the ugliest frog.
So, and
Then everything else
you know, we all have
And everything else.
is easier.
One is greater than the other. Challenge is a challenge.
Gotcha. Get it out of
The only way to get out of it is to work out of it, right? The mere percent
That's
that
my problem,
recommend
but
is
one of
look,
the deceitful
I won't find
yeah.
time other places to drugs. I want all my money. And I have to
It's my frog, I
Your first thing and everybody else's first thing is
within
to
Maybe while you're running your little miles, you can talk about, you should be conditioned out there to talk.
Sure,
And learn to write.
Yeah,
To get down all the information.
The thing is,
You know, I was in
My daughter
she goes back up. And the thing that was common with it all is I found out this.
It hurts,
I
it
wake
hurts
up at
everything.
4:30 every morning, and
And
then what I
everything
do
always hurts.
4:30.
I was like, oh, my son would also, I said, look, she
Focus
was
on my problem. That's what we do. Focus on growing myself. I read, I exercise.
Well, he was fine when he did that, but he just wasn't.
I take care of me. If I don't win, nobody wins. So I gotta make sure I'm okay. It has nothing to do with us or anything like that. It's all focused on building habits in the morning, so when 7 o'clock comes going around, you know what? I don't have to worry about what happened last year, 2 years ago. I've done that, right? I've addressed it. Sometimes I have these pops when I have a negative thought, but I take care of it in the morning, so when I do get to the office, I'm ready to go. Every morning is gonna help you set that up. And trust me, when, you know, like I said,
I said, you don't listen.
when the things that we do first, we always
Yes, I said, do not listen to those people along there,
why
they tell
should
you
you
to
be
stop. You
care of
can't.
it? Because as you go, you can be a millionaire, but if you're rotting on the inside, it's not gonna be a happy life. I see so many people with money that.
I know.
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, my son Jordan used to do
Get
it.
robbed with So, this book, it says, look, in the morning, we just have to tackle what's important, and that's taking care of us.
Well, my son went
Now, we all do this in different ways. I start off.
My son was like, I'm fine.
I play religious videos. Benny's been helping me with that. My thing is, for this year, I want to create a relationship closer to God, or with God. So she told me that I got some awesome videos that I listen to in the morning. I'm listening to morning proverbs, things like that. I also have motivational stuff that I listen to. I can spit off
And that
all
goes
day long for you guys. And what ends up happening is I really myself up. I wake up and I build myself up and remind them how great
One of those kids that live in your house when
I
they're
have a
4 years
gratitude
old.
journal. I literally doing this gratitude journal Look, when you start to become grateful for simple things, you start to realize how, problems sometimes we get too much in ourselves, right? So here's my gratitude stuff. The funny thing is, as I get going, what I'm thankful for gets more minor, right? So when I first started, I think I was like, I still think I have a loop over my head. And right now, this morning was, I think it wasn't coffee, it wasn't bread, it wasn't peanut butter. It was my fingers. I was like, because I was writing, and I'm like, what if I didn't have my fingers? It was fingers, as simple as that. And then I go into something different in the middle of my message, the videos I'm listening to. I'm trying to, the second part's the hard one. That's put thought into actually what am I really grateful for, right? And mine was God's message. And I go back, and it wasn't as simple as just the message. It was the messages that I've been hearing, right? And then a proverb pops up, and I get to write that down and learn and grow. So by the time 7 o'clock comes rolling around, I've improved myself. I'm eating healthy. I've had my relationship, my prayer with God. I'm healthy because I'm going out and working out. The mornings for me are focused on me. Because Lord knows I have a ton of problems. I don't talk about them. I don't share them with anybody else. I share them with myself in the morning. I get it out and I do it every day. Because some problems just don't go away, and some problems you need to deal with on a daily basis.
My cousin literally has a lot of action.
Prioritize them 1 through 10, right?
Yes. You put your pen down when you're done.
Yeah, no,
One,
Yeah.
What were you gonna share? She'll
No.
cry.
I'm grateful for today.
I don't, I used to be a
It's good
parent,
to
like,
know.
real deep.
Yeah, oh my gosh, she's.
Facebook?
There you go. Sure.
Look, in the morning. So,
I'm grateful for other things in my life.
Oh, now she's going that way.
I really focused on, the team thing.
that's okay, it didn't work out for a
Ladies have
reason.
like a real
Trust
estate
me, team meetings aren't all
Facebook
that
page.
good.
Have
I've
you
been on-
created like
I've
maybe that's not even on that, I don't take pictures of myself, I don't like them, I'm not
It's
looking
okay.
at them, I
We
don't.
get it.
Oh, I still
There's always something. Okay, guys, let's bring it back to the, calendar, your priorities.
You gotta come to Toastmasters and get more comfortable with taking pictures of myself.
All right, guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blast off. Take off, whichever.
JD, you can clap, and then everybody has to clap back too, because you're treating like kids, yeah, and you clap back, and that means you're ready.
Mindy knows how to.
Yep, I got
Curl
this for you,
people
yep. I taught for 19 years high school, that's
Okay.
why I look 100.
So, no. So through prioritizing your list,
I'm only
was
25.
there any ahas that came out? What was it?
I prioritize sometimes things that are
Not
not
part of the
important, that
20%?
need to be, you know, that aren't, I put them as urgent and they really aren't.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I give praise to the mothers out there because we all know mom's the first one to fix everything, right? So I get it. Things pop up. Need to ride to the mall? Is it part of the 20%? Is it urgent? Right?
It is and it isn't.
It is and it isn't.
So do I check the box or not? I felt overwhelmed doing this one actually.
Yeah.
Because now, like, I only have one child and he's gone, but I'm into fur babies, and so those are my children.
Yeah.
And so do I, urgent? Well, to me, yes. To somebody else, probably not. But to me, they're urgent.
What the real priority is.
Is it gonna
That's what
keep?
makes us all unique and.
Right.
You have to remember, guys.
Rescue.
This is how we live. For me, this puts food on the table. For me and my fur babies, right? This puts food on my table. So if I stop doing this, I'm not going to be able to put gas in my car to take you to the mall. I'm not going to be able to fill your food with your food.
Your what?
Your bowl. I was going to say your bowl.
I'm like Bob Darking.
Look, that 20%, the lead generation, everything trails off from there. Everything that we do. I try as much as sometimes you gotta break it, but I will do, even with appointments.
Yeah.
Betty and them, they like to try 7 in the morning. I said, no, you better go back and ask them for another time after 12. Because I need to go find someone else to set up another appointment for. Sometimes it happens, but most of the time, 90% of the time, we're able to delegate that at somewhere further on down the road. Does that mean that I get home at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock completely exhausted? Sometimes, absolutely. So the 20% is what keeps us going. Any other ahas? Yes.
I don't really prioritize anything, my day just happens, so.
Oh, man. Okay, so remember the saying, prioritize your day is like setting up
Right,
your
I'm
daily
seeing how
goals,
important
right?
it is, and then I have to start doing it.
Yes, yeah, it is. Especially, so for me, when I do this, I realize how much less time I have. Especially in the next activity that we're about to do, when you put your schedule in place and time block, you realize how much messing around, down to the 5 minutes in the morning. If I take 5 more minutes in the morning to maybe just take a break and relax and take things in, it throws everything off. I'm literally talking about 5 minutes. 15 minutes, I have to pick someone up in the morning every day. 7:30, it's between 7:15 and 7:30, depending on what time I leave, because school traffic's going on right now. So if I leave at 7:20, 7:25, it adds another 15, 20 minutes, because I'm in the middle of traffic of all that school stuff. If I leave before 7:15, I'm there no problem, 7:30. So as I start to time block my stuff and my activities that I got to do, I realize how much less time I have to mess around. I'm like, it's a blessing and it's a curse.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be overwhelming.
It's hard because when you're kind of creative, fly by the seat of your life, and it's hard to start organizing and.
Oh man, I have a story.
It's like totally opposite my personality.
I feel like when I started using my planner and putting all the things that I have to do on a day-to-day basis, it helps me remember everything that I have to get done. And actually, when I do it, I just kind of like scratch it off or like, you know, put a check mark next to it. And it's kind of like a stress reliever because I'm like, oh, okay, so I got that done, so I don't like worry about it.
When you have structure, especially in this business, when you have structure, time block. What I mean by structure is time block times. You'll realize how smooth everything runs.
Yeah.
You find someone without a schedule and without time block, I guarantee you they're not as successful and they're driving themselves crazy. Those are the people that are worn out, you know, haven't slept, hair's all messed up. It's just like they've been through the risk. I've done it. I'm like, oh my God right now.
My hair's brushed, it just doesn't look it. You don't have to realize.
So look,
the best it gets.
All I have to say is,
so when you're consistently, you know, lead generating daily, right? When you do it daily, it's easier. Now you start to have business that starts to come in over time, slowly, and the more you do it, the bigger it gets. But if you stop and go, stop and go, stop and go, it's going to be chaotic. You're not going to have consistent results, and you're just going to be living a life by what it gives you rather than design. Rather than saying, I'm going to do A, B, and C, and D to get to this, you know, you're doing it the opposite way, like, well, you know, I went D, and then I went C, and I'm back at A again, I have no idea why. Because you didn't follow the instructions, you didn't follow your schedule.
Yeah, this is a whole
So,
life change.
51. Yeah, set a goal so big you can't achieve it until you grow into the person that can, right? We're going to learn new skills that's going to get us through this. Live by a calendar. Now you're able to schedule tasks and activities on your calendar based on your prioritized action plan. Review your action plan and calendar every week. Delete items you've completed and add any new actions that have come your way. This approach helps you maintain focus on daily jobs and long-term goals at the same time. This reduces stress, puts you in control, and gives you a real sense of achievement. Truth. Successful agents plan their days and stick to their plan. In Ignite, you'll get into the habit of planning for the critical tasks each day, and you'll schedule activities that generate revenue first and schedule those that maintain your business second. Time blocking. Time blocking is a tool for organizing your day and focusing on the dollar productive activities that matter most. Remember that first you're in the business of lead generation. When you time block for lead generation, write down exactly the days of the week and the hours you will do your lead generation. In your calendar, time block for lead generation every day for up to 1 month for the duration of Ignite. You'll continue lead generating for the rest of your career. Time block home previewing 10 homes every week. Time blocking. So, in your calendar, I use Google Calendar. I would recommend you use that. It's the easiest way. A lot of people do it differently. Some have Outlook calendar, some have the calendars on their phone. Some people do it by the old pen and paper. Man, tell ya.
Google Calendar, it'll put stuff in for you. Like, I am flying to Florida next weekend to see my son. It put in, I went to my calendar the other day, and it put in my flight, time blocked it out, and my staying at the Econo Lodge. You know,
so the most important thing, guys, we're going to bring it back. We're almost done, guys. So here's the deal. With the calendar, the most important thing is finding the time of day. Be specific about what you're doing for those hours or that time blocking period, and color code it. In my Google Calendar, my time blocking for lead generation is green. Green for money. My appointments for sellers are red, and my buyer appointments are blue. Anything that's seller is red. Anything that's buyer is blue. Buyer consultations, previewing, disclosure reviews, whatever, it's blue. And then yellow is kind of my everything. My important, or it's urgent, but it's not in part of my 20%. So that's maybe like meetings, classes, lunch, right? Sometimes I don't eat. Yesterday I didn't eat at all because I had appointments. I had to go down to LA and come back. I know. I had beef jerky and chips on the way down.
Breakfast of champions.
I know, right? So anyways, what I was getting to is you got to time block your day. So get a calendar.
Even for lunch.
Even for lunch.
And dinner with your family. You can time block. I
And that. So if you guys turn to page 52, protect your time. You guys all there?
Yes.
All right. Number 1, 52. Block your calendar. Block your calendar for the same time period, before noon, every single day, week after week. The morning is generally the best time for lead generation, as it ensures you do not get caught up in other activities and lose the day. Number 2 is no skipping. If you erase, you must replace. If any event stops you from accomplishing your lead generation at your set time, that commitment does not simply disappear. It's up to you to make up the lost opportunities in another time slot. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You missed it, replace it. Allow no interruptions. Unless it is a real emergency like a family crisis, it's easier than you think to waste precious time on unrelated phone calls, water cooler chat, or putting out fires that can wait until later. Funny story about that. So Ileana, she's my office neighbor. Her kid calls her from school, and like a script, she's like, "Are you hurt? Is your brother hurt? Or your sister hurt? Are you okay?" And no, yeah, we're fine. Okay, perfect. Go talk to the teacher. I'll see you after school, right?
Yeah.
So that phone call could have easily turned into something a lot longer. So she knows. She's like, my kids know that I'm at work, so they're used to the routine. So you guys had that paper at the end, that the family letter, I think it was. They gotta understand too. Even home inspectors, JD, I have 10 o'clock available. That doesn't work for me. I'm actually finding new buyers and sellers for my, new clients for my buyers and sellers. How does 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock? So don't try to schedule it for something a separate time if you can.
If my son runs on the door when I was studying or working, I would say, "Are you bleeding from your eye sockets?" "No." "Okay, I'll be there when I'm done with what I'm doing."
There you go. Okay, so you see an example of the activities for Ignite. So you have Ignite Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This would be your Ignite, your schedule during Ignite, and this would be your schedule, I think, after Ignite. Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can follow this after Ignite. After Ignite, you'll have a lot more time because, it's 3 hours a day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That takes up a lot of your time, especially during the lead generation time. So I would say find the one that works better for you, best for you. Okay. We're gonna turn to page 55. I'll keep this up.
We don't have to shower anymore. We don't have to shower anymore. It's not in there.
You guys shower?
No, not anymore.
Funny story. So I recently moved into a house not too long ago, about 2-3 months ago, and I knew I had to switch over the gas, but I didn't have the account number or anything. It's my cousin's house. I didn't have the account number or anything. So I was like, you know what? I'll wait for the post notice and I'll give them a call. Forgot about it. Never got the notice. And one day I come home and I have no gas. So I'm like, all right, let me pay for it. Get it rescheduled. I didn't have gas for 3 weeks. I had to wake up and take cold showers. I was doing one every other week. Trust me, or every other day. Not every other day. Yeah, but
You look great.
I know, right? So you can bet that day that I got gas, I was thankful for gas. I was thankful for work.
Yeah.
I missed it. Oh man, I was eating out because I couldn't cook, right? Microwaves, it was horrible.
And that was probably during the coldest couple of days.
It's when everything started getting really cold.
You were awake in the morning, weren't you?
Yeah, I had a guy that would drop off firewood at my house every Sunday. Yeah. Lesson learned. Okay, guys, your turn. Live by your calendar, page 55. We're going to set your calendar up. It's going to take 5 minutes. Does everyone have their calendar? Does everyone have a calendar? Who doesn't? You don't?
That was part of your mission 1.
Do you have a
get a
Google
calendar?
No? Okay, we'll create one for you.
Are we doing it right now?
Yeah, pull out your calendar. And first you're going to schedule your daily 10-4. Schedule when you're going to schedule the Ignite classes. Schedule when you're going to preview and visit properties. Schedule when you're going to do your missions. And schedule your daily 10-4. So for example, adding 10 new people to your database. When are you going to do that? How are you going to do that? Does anyone circle prospect in here? Anyone make phone calls? Albert, what time do you circle prospect?
Normally 4 to 6.
4 to 6. So he has that time blocked in his schedule, 4 to 6.
Is it okay to go at 9?
4 to 6 p.m.?
I
9 p.m.
I don't think we have, I don't know, you'd have to talk to Bob about that. But honestly, I don't think you're going to have too much results at 9 o'clock.
far as the data that you can.
4 to 6, Albert's time is great. I found phone calls to be successful in the mornings, anytime between 9 to 11. Yes. And, you know, what you do when you do it is what Rob always said. What you do is just as important as when you do it. So if you're going to be doing your phone calls at 1 o'clock, you know, calling houses, Monday through Friday, it might not be the best idea. Saturday and Sunday, you might have a better result. So I would encourage you to, if it's not working, definitely come talk to one of us agents, one of the leaderships, Michael, and let's discuss what's going on. Me and Mindy just did that. I think the recommendation was a script and maybe change up the times. So it works. It works. It works if you work it. So time block them. If anyone has a question, we'll just.
What's missions?
Missions. Your mission statement. It looks like this.
The homework.
Homework. This stuff right here. So put into your calendar when you're going to be doing that. If you're like me, and you have class Monday at 9, I'm doing it Monday at 8. Because I have that 8 to 9, that time period where I get to do what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, don't run if you're not gonna bathe, please. You're not gonna help it bathe.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think so.
Because my
It looks
phone,
good.
I use my phone calendar for everything, and one of my friend's kids got their phone now, my calendar will receive anything, I can't get anything down. Go to Mike. Mike.
Yes.
Yeah, because it was like my brain.
Yes, that's this class. So I actually have an example of last week's schedule up. If you guys want to take a look at mine, they're all color coded. Again, the red ones are the seller appointments, the blue ones are the buyer appointments. Yellow is urgent, that's not part of my 20%. And then the purple ones, which you only see one every Thursday. So we want to get more involved with the community this year. And so what we do is, you know that Palmdale and Lancaster, they always have something going on. Lancaster has the farmer's market every Thursday. Right now it's not that big, but in summer it gets huge. Close the entire thing down. So we have this time block in there as well. So we time block events. Last week we did the Martin Luther King Day of Service. So we have that in there. Everything we do, we put into our schedule. The open house actually got scheduled for the next day.
So how do you know all of these events?
I went to the city of Lancaster at the beginning of the year and I pulled up all their events and I put them in my calendar. Betty's doing Palmdale.
Oh, these are all events.
No, they're not all events. This is an event and that's an event. This is, so, let me see if I'll pull up the so here, database 9 to 11, remember that we practice scripts 8:45 to 9. Every Monday we have what's called the lemon squeeze, which does interfere with our database, but we replace it later on. That's a meeting that we do. I have a class here, but Betty and Fritz are still doing this. They do this religiously. My stuff, as I get busy with their stuff, doing this, and then keeping the team together, I have a couple things that interfere with my day, but I always replace it the next day.
So you just do door knocking 1 day a week on Saturday?
Yeah.
Just once? From 9 to 10? Or
Yep.
whatever? That's it?
Yep, and we hit 200 homes.
Oh, between the whole team?
Yeah, there's 3 of us, so.
So
really
that's
help
70
out.
homes in 2 hours, so 30 homes, 1 every 2 minutes.
Somewhere in there, everyone's different. What's that?
Does Keller Williams have a booth at the Poppy Fest?
I don't think so.
No, I haven't seen. Why is that really?
So,
I
Keller
don't
Williams.
think because the cost to do them.
I'm trying to talk to the.
So the difference between Keller Williams
When
and.
is that? Like next year?
All right, guys, I was asked a question. The reason we don't is because Keller Williams, they're not focused on promoting the brand Keller Williams. We do it sometimes for certain events, but that's through coaching. They get the booth for you guys so you have opportunities to make contacts. For example, the AV Fair, they do it for that. They're more concerned on spending their funds on bringing you guys classes and educating you, the realtor, rather than buying a booth that's promoting the brand, Keller, whatever. Remax does it great. Century 21 does it. Century 21 has a kiosk in the mall.
No, they still do.
No, they don't. It's gone. They stopped.
Yarn shut down there. That's what I
That must have been recent.
Yeah.
You know, all I guess they're selling.
So that's why. We firmly believe in spending money on educating you and bringing you classes like this rather than paying for a booth. We think you have more, you get more education and more results from doing classes like Ignite than just holding. Because here's the thing, if we get you guys a booth and you don't know how to handle your contacts or how to do your scripts, the booth isn't going to do as good as you taking this class. The booth is a bonus, it's secondary, so they, yeah. But, I mean, you don't need a booth to go walk around the Poppy Festival.
Oh, hell no, I still do that, but I was
Yeah.
just curious, is that something you can like sign up for, if they did like time slots for agents to show up and do their own little raffles or just whatever, so.
Yeah, so,
Okay, thank you.
as far as, Albert.
So just to touch on that, like I do community events and stuff out in Roseman.
Oh, yeah, dude, you're Mr. Roseman.
And I'm still getting leads and follow-ups from people from an event back in September.
Is that when you guys went and cleaned up?
So we do community cleanups. Right now we've cut down to once a quarter, but we used to do them monthly.
Yeah.
We've got a graffiti abatement program event this Saturday.
Uh-huh.
But we have a September festival and a parade in September, and I'm still following up with leads and people from that.
Yeah.
So it's good to do it on your own. So I had my own booth, paid for my own booth. I got my banner. I did a giveaway with shirts and stuff. But it's all branded for me. Where instead of having KW branded and then everybody gets in,
Right.
It's more of an exclusive.
Right. Yeah. And that's a great community because it's small.
Right.
Oh yeah, Albert is Mr. Roseman.
Nice.
I think it was Nolly Williams, he says it best. Roseman's your farm, right, Albert? So, Nolly Williams says it best. He says, whenever you have a farm, just pretend you're running for mayor. And do what mayors do.
Become famous.
Become famous.
Practice the way.
Yeah, exactly. Albert's got the wave down. Okay, so is anyone having problems putting their calendar together? Any questions?
Is this just from a PayPal?
No, this is Google. Well, after class, I'll set you up with someone that can. His name's Mike, he does our tech.
Do you do the calendar every week, or it's automatically done for you?
Some of them, are like, the big majority, so, some of them are recurring, and they just, the morning stuff is always the same stuff, it's the afternoon stuff that changes, other than this, and the Facebook posts.
And how do you set it up to be
So I'll do a real quick example. So we'll do like 7 o'clock tomorrow, more options, viewing appointments. Right here where it says does not repeat.
Well, that's cool. I mean,
Okay, so now that we got our calendar done, let's turn to page 57. Who will hold you accountable? The highest of achievers have coaches who hold them accountable. Michael Jordan, Maya Hamm, Joe Montana, and Mary Lou Retton have all attributed much of their success to their coaches who held them accountable. Who will do that for you? You do have options. Number one is the Market Center's 4 conversations, accountability meetings. If you go to any of the team leaders, I'm sure they'll be happy to meet with you if you ask them, but you better be prepared to perform. You know, if you're asking time out of their day to help you be accountable, do the work, because everyone's busy. You know, if they're sitting there helping you, you need to help yourself and help them help you. So Market Center's 4 conversation accountabilities, you can always go to coaching or the team leaders asked to be put onto that program and set up weekly meetings or monthly meetings to hold you accountable. Coaching or mentoring program, we do have coaching. They do have a mentoring program inside that as well. Partners in success, you can choose someone to be accountable with. Or personal accountability. Make no mistake, you cannot do this alone, yet you can commit to being accountable to someone else. So, turn to the next page on 58. We've already talked about CGI quite a bit. They're talking about it again and there. Again, you can go to the team leader or even Michael, and we can get your goal set up on CGI. And what CGI does is it breaks it down into 4 conversations, so you can set up a weekly meeting or a monthly meeting with someone that you would like to do it with, whether it be a partner in here, maybe a top agent, maybe a team leader, it might be with Michael, and you have a conversation weekly or monthly around these 4 conversations. That's going to help you keep on track. That's what CGI does. You need to talk to a team leader to get that going. And then we have coaching or mentoring programs. Michael offers coaching, and he does have a mentoring program inside of coaching, which you can talk to him about if you'd like. Number 3, page 59, where it says Partners in Success. One of the great benefits of having an accountability partner is that it increases your productivity and keeps you on track and in check with your goal. Rules for accountability partners. Number 1, provide a safe place to share. Set frequency of checking in with each other. Create a commitment and stick to it. Follow through with action items. Dig deep to find out why you do the things you do. Allow to give and take feedback. Listen and pay attention while the other person shares. Respect each other and the process. Have each other's best interest in mind. So, from here, you guys are going to pick 3 to 4 people to be accountable with. We're going to do that now. You guys see that bottom portion where it says My Partners in Success? There's 3 boxes, so choose 3. Put their names at the top and then put their information there. Swap business cards if you do, but make sure you get their contact information.
Can we do 59? Accountability. SHARI.
Choose 3 people that are not at your table. So choose 3 people that are not at your table. Yeah. Why? Because you're comfortable with the people that are at your table. That's okay. You don't have a problem doing it with somebody else.
We don't know them. We don't know them. We're just.
That's okay. You don't know this person over here too. Okay. Choose someone else from a different table.
I already wrote their names down.
Okay.
Do it, sorry.
That's okay. We talked about this in the beginning. Who are you, the vacationer, the prisoner, or the explorer?
Hold on. I am going to get your name. It's Mindy, M-E-N-D-Y. Lindsay, what's your last name? Merchant. Good luck. And I have your email. M-C-K-R-T-C-H-I-A-N. Okay. Oh, I see that now. I see that. Okay. Yeah, I see it. What's the next question? 517. 5798. I'm thinking, should I change it as a 661 number? I do have a 661 number. It just gets forwarded to myself. Okay. And email, I like the text. Okay. Email. millenniumrealty@gmail.com, but I'm thinking I don't want to use that. I just signed up for it. So last night I signed up for this. I thought it would be better. KW Realtor Lucy. KW Realtor Lucy at gmail.com. Isn't that better than millennium? Yes. Much better, right? So I thought I could just utilize that one.
Hold that against you.
By the way.
Because
I have the other one. I have to change it.
What's your phone number?
661.
Yeah, we think that's pretty cool.
When are we supposed to have 902?
Or you already have people?
No, I need KW.com, Hampton. And my last name is Hampton.
Yes.
Like Christine.
Yes. How's it gonna work?
You guys wanna meet up every night, do script practice? At 8:85? 8:45 would be fine. Do you guys wanna do that? 8:45? We'll put that money in there.
Tell me how you see it.
Not in my lap, Monday to Friday have it. Well, you don't meet Tuesday and Thursday, do you?
I come in on Tuesday.
You don't come in Tuesday? I could, yeah, at 8:45. That way, just if we do it, then we're all accountable to be here. Okay. And then Sherry. Nice. Sherry. What's your number, Mindy? That's gonna be like your name, and I could probably. Well, we are, but I don't get to her. I'm doing Lucy.
Right, see, that's not gonna work.
It's not going to work.
No, it's not gonna work because we're gonna be having 500 different meetings if we're not all on the same one. You know what I mean? Like if you meet with us and with them and with them and you know what I mean? That's too many. Okay, so we need to have a group.
Yeah,
Like
8:45.
we can meet here or.
But who all eats? Because he's not good with 8:45, and we're good with 8:45.
Whoever shows up, you can do your daily report.
I can do 8:45, not every day. That's okay. Just to give it like 5 minutes. Okay, let's do that.
Do you want to do it at 9? 8:45.
It starts at 9. 8 starts at 5. So it'll have to be 8:45 and it will only be Monday, Wednesday, Friday for me.
Okay, so we can meet Tuesdays and Thursdays. Yeah, that's fine.
And Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So, I'm not saying you want to have a part-time business or I have a part-time business from 4 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day. Every day. I take a little shower, out and take a shower. It's more than full-time. Absolutely.
Your phone, you want my phone number? 661-317-6637. 661-317-6637. Yes, and mine is Mindy Hampton at KW.com.
Like the one that I just wanted to say.
That's why I just said just keep it Lucy. I love Lucy.
What happened to Smith or Brown, Lucy? What happened to Smith or Brown? You've not heard of that in our nation?
You don't have that in our nation. Well, Richard means Christian. Christian. That's okay.
Oh, 517-9790.
So it says next meeting, that is going to be the next time you guys are going to meet. Not for tonight, like for your accountability. These are your accountability partners. So right now, set up when you guys will be checking in to make sure you guys are all doing what you're supposed to.
So you guys are doing it. We're not all going to be here every time.
No, but you can check in with the text.
You can do group text, you can do phone calls, you can do in person.
Just start.
In person is the most powerful way. All right, guys, let's finish up. We got 10 minutes.
It's hard.
It's worth
All right, let's get settled back down. We're almost done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we had a question at the bottom of that. The script part of the partners, the account partners for accountability. It says next meeting. You guys are going to set a recurring meeting for you to check in with each other to make sure you're doing your daily 10-4. I would recommend that you guys practice script with each other too. So daily is the best way to do it. I would set up a half hour out of your day, 15 minutes to go over each other's accountability, and then another 15 minutes to practice your scripts. And I would do it first thing in the morning or at the end of the day. Right before you leave. Put it in your calendar. Morning's always the best though.
Can you get your email list?
But make sure it's recurring. If you once a week, if you daily, it can be on the days you have Ignite.
No, here, Monday before class, Monday before.
Any questions?
Yes.
What? What is it? No, okay. All right, guys, page 60, we're going to wrap this up. We got 5 more minutes. On page 60, where it says, answer the following questions whenever you meet your partners in success. So when you guys meet, you're going to be asking these questions. Number 1, what's your big why? Make sure you write down your answer. Yeah, please. What is, what's that? 60. What is your big why? What is your big why? Yeah. We all wake up and do something for a reason. Some of us know of it, some of us know, and some of us don't. If you don't, I would encourage that you find out.
Well, regardless, you have bills to pay.
Yeah.
It's just life.
I gotta live. What opportunities for change or improvement surfaced? You guys, were you a part of an activity where you thought, maybe I need to sharpen that skill a little bit more? Maybe I need to prioritize a little bit more? What were opportunities for change or improvement that surfaced? Excuse me. What will you do differently next week? What will you do differently next week? And how will you reward yourself when you've accomplished? So those are questions that, along with everything else, you're going to be asking your partners. But start with those questions. That'll get you guys on track to everything else. Number 4, personal accountability. Being willing to answer, to be accountable for the outcomes resulting from your choices, behaviors, and action. Personal accountability means that you're willing to personally understand and accept the task, take action to achieve results, answer for the results obtained, regardless of the outcome, to accept blame if things go wrong and make corrections or improvements to avoid mistakes in the future. And here's a question for you guys, what are some benefits of being accountable? Write this down. You achieve your big goals and long-term success. Be accountable to what you're doing. You achieve your big goals and long-term success. So here it is again. You achieve your big goals and long-term success. You achieve your big goals and long-term success. And number 2, keeps you focused on what's important. Keeps you focused on what's important. Keeps you focused on what's important. Everyone got that?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to skip page 61, 63. You guys already did that. And let's go all the way to 67. What are 4 skills you learned today? Is it blank for you guys? Okay, so here's the answer. This is over the past 2 days. So number 1 is mindset. Mindset. That mindset's your big why.
What page is it?
Page 67. Number 1 is mindset. Number 2 is goal setting. That's your monetary goal. 25 units equals X amount of dollars. X amount of dollars equals X amount of units. Goal setting. Number 3 is accountability. Number 4 is scripts. What are the 6 personal perspectives? Anyone remember? Number 1 is commitment to mastery, to self-mastery.
Commitment to self-mastery.
Number 2 is commit to the 80-20 principle. Number 3 is move from E to P. Again, number 3 is move from E to P. Does anybody remember what E is?
Entrepreneurial.
And what's P?
Purposeful.
There you go. Step 4, make being learning-based the foundation of your action plan.
Make what?
Make learning-based the foundation of your action plan. Make being learning-based the foundation of your action plan. The foundation of your action plan. Make being learning-based the foundation of your action
I
plan.
think make learning-based be the foundation of your action plan.
Step 5, remove your limiting beliefs. Remove your limiting beliefs. Remove your limiting beliefs. It can be. Depends on your mindset. If you tell yourself it's going to be hard, it'll be hard. But if you tell yourself that you're capable of achieving whatever you want, and that is something that can be achieved, then you can. Step 6 is be accountable. Again, step 5 was remove your limiting beliefs. Step 6 is be accountable.
Be accountable? Yes.
Be accountable.
Excuse me, Jim.
Yes.
What was number 2? Commit to
the 80-20 principle.
Thank you.
All right, and then moving on to the next part. What are the daily 10 for? Who can name one of them?
Database.
Paula.
Add 10 people to your database.
Add 10 people to your database every day.
Database, contacts,
10
doing the
contacts.
houses.
10 database every day. 10 contacts in your database every day. Contact 10 in your database.
10 notes.
10 thank you notes.
Preview 10 homes.
Preview 10 homes.
I'm not gonna remember it, just write it down.
Okay, JD, I missed one.
So number 1 is add 10 people to your database every day. Call 10 contacts in your database every day. Write 10 thank you notes every day. And preview 10 homes.
Every week.
So your database is two actions. Add 10 people and then talk to 10 people that's already in there. So one more time. Number 1, add 10 to database every day. Number 2 is call 10 contacts in your database every day. Number 3 is write 10 notes every day. Number 4 is preview 10 homes every week. Everyone got that?
Yep.
Great. What is the one thing focusing question? What is the one thing focusing question?
What is the one thing?
What is the one thing focusing question?
What's the
one thing, fill in the blanks, one thing.
So what's the
One thing that I can
Do that
By doing it,
everything else
will be easier or unnecessary.
Everything else will be
easier or easier.
I'm sorry, so here it is. What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? Everyone got that? Alright, perfect. Or unnecessary. Alright, how many leads will you have in your KW Edge database by the end of Ignite?
200 more.
200 or more.
200 more than we have in there.
There you go. For some, yes, for some of us, yes. And then, why are scripts important to you?
Because that's my number one tool.
That's your foundation.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
how we sound
That's
professional.
your hammer.
Yeah, professional.
Because they are known words that work. Why would you not want to use them? They've been tried over and over again to be successful. Why not use them? Because they are known words that work. Why would you not use them? It's so funny. It's so simple, but so many people fall short of that.
What's the answer to that one?
Because they are known words that work, why would you not want to use them?
Yeah. Did you answer the one thing I can do?
What about it?
Is that the lead generation or the planning? What?
Your important 20, lead generation.
Lead generation.
Yeah, everything else falls from there. Everyone got that?
Yes.
Alright guys, that is it. You should have everything else. Any ahas that came from the class?
Lead generate every day.
There you go. Lead generate every day.
Learn your script.
Learn your scripts.
Organize your calendar.
Organize your calendar. There you go. We are done. Thank you guys. You were awesome. We'll have a different instructor on Friday. You're welcome.
Thank you, JD.
You're welcome. You're welcome. If you guys have any questions, I'll be here for a few minutes.
I'll be here all the way.